Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to go over doing some loan management basically. But I want to use Google Docs, Spreadsheet in Google Docs. So I've already logged into my Google Docs account and I'm creating a new spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and set up here. Let's see, they do have an automatic split right here at row 1. I'm going to go ahead and drag that up so I don't have that split. Oops, Control Z, undo that. There we go, takes care of that. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a little bit of basic information. How about loan amount, interest rate, number of years, payments per year, and then I'll figure out a payment. Okay. There we go, and let's just go ahead and keep it simple here. I'll start off with a $10,000 loan. For interest rate, I'll put in 7.9%. Number of years, let's start off with just a 4-year loan. Payments per year, I'm going to start off with 12. And now I'm going to create a cell here where I use their payment function. And the payment function in Google Docs is very, very similar to the payment function that you might use in Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and start this up. I'll type in equals PMT, and of course it's finding it here. Notice that it's prompting me. It's going to ask for the interest rate, the number of periods, and the present value. Okay, so that's pretty normal. These last two arguments here are not necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off here. I can actually just press the enter key and then that'll prompt me here. So the first thing I'm going to do is my interest rate. I'm going to take the cell that contains my interest rate and divide it by the cell that contains my payments per year. So in this case I'm doing B2 divided by B4, interest rate divided by the number of payments per year. If this is a monthly loan, then I'm going to be using a monthly interest rate, comma. Okay. Now I want to do the number of periods. So in this case it's going to be the number of years times the number of payments per year. So interest rate divided by, in this case, 12, and in years multiplied by 12. So this is a monthly term loan here, comma. And now I simply need my present value, which is basically my loan amount. So I'll click on the cell that contains my loan amount. I'm going to close the parentheses. And I'll just press enter. And you'll notice the same thing happens, by the way, in Excel. By default, I'm getting a negative number, and that's really the way it should be financially. Money you receive is a positive, so I received a $10,000 loan. Money you pay out is a cash outflow, is a negative, so I'm paying out $243 a month. In order to not see that negative, there's a little trick. I can just double-click to edit this, and I can do a negative loan amount, or you can actually put a minus right in front of the PMT there, and now I'll get a positive display. I'm going to go ahead and format this as a currency, so I'll select that cell, just click on their currency format button. There we go. So what we've got here is a $10,000 loan. Let me put some commas in here. And I'll actually get rid of those decimals, so round it up. So $10,000 loan at 7.9% interest rate for 4 years, making 12 payments per year, or monthly payments. My monthly payments would be $243.66. Now that we've set up our calculator like this, we can easily figure out different things. What if there was only, let's say, 1 payment per year? Well, in that case, I'd be paying 1 payment per year for 4 years, or 4 payments, and my payments would be $3,012 once a year. What if you're making bi-monthly payments? Well, then you'll be making 24 payments per year, 2 per month. My bi-monthly payments, or is that bi-weekly? Sorry, my bi-weekly payments will be $121.66, so you're paying basically 2 times a year, maybe on the 15th and the 30th. Okay. What if you are only making 6 payments per year? There you go. So now you can take care of that. For a little bit of extra information, let's go ahead and plug in total paid and cost of financing. Okay. So for total paid, it's going to be equal to your payments times the number of payments per year times the number of years you paid it. This number should always be more than your loan amount. Okay? And cost of financing is going to be equal to the total paid minus the original loan amount. Okay, and let me just go ahead and clean up the formatting on these two. There we go. And let's put this back at something a little bit more realistic. I'll do 12 months. 12 months per year, 4 years. So let's assume this is a car loan, I suppose. Payments would be $243.66. Okay. The total paid would be $11,695, which means I had to pay an extra $1695.68 for financing. So that's if you borrow $10,000 towards a car loan. Now, if you had a 0% down, you should be able to predict what's going to happen. If I had a 0% interest rate, plug in a 0% interest rate, your payments would be $208.33, and of course your total paid would be the amount you borrowed because you didn't have to pay any finance charges. Let's do something a little bit bigger. Let's say it's a mortgage. So instead of borrowing just $10,000, maybe you borrow $210,000. There we go. Interest rate, we'll do 4.9%. Number of years, 4. Oh, and hold on, I got to change this out. Here, let me type in 4.9%. There we go. Number of years isn't going to be 4 years, but what if we did 15-year mortgage? Here we go. So now it's looking a little bit more realistic to a home. You borrow $210,000, interest rate is 4.9%, number of years is 15, payments per year is 12, and your payment will be $1649.75. And let's kind of make a mental note of this. The cost of financing this loan is just under $87,000. Well, what if instead you did 24 payments per year? There we go. So you end up paying just a little bit less, okay? And notice it just drops just a little bit here. So your cost of financing is a little bit less here. So the more often you can make those payments, generally the better it is for you.